Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel dedicated to addiction and recovery. Today we are going to talk about the importance of self-care for family members and loved ones who are dealing with an individual who is suffering from addiction. When my daughter was in the midst of her addiction, I totally neglected myself. In the day, while it was still light, I would get in my truck and I would drive the streets trying to locate my daughter. At night, I would stay up all night trying to have conversations with her friends that were also trapped in the darkness, trying to get a handle on where my daughter was. I felt that I was running out of time. 3 of her very close friends and dear friends to me as well had died of overdoses. In the past month and a half, I was desperate to find my daughter. I felt overwhelmed. I felt anxious. I felt isolated. I had no one to talk to. My circle of friends had recently shut me out because they were concerned about me and they had wanted me to just wash my hands of my daughter. Just lock the door and wash my hands of the whole situation. And this just was not an option for me. I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. I had been to support groups before. I had gone to the AA meetings and a couple of the Al-Anon meetings, but they just weren't for me. I just did not feel comfortable there, and I just didn't go back. I knew that my lifestyle was starting to take a toll on me, and it occurred to me one day, if I kill myself trying to locate my daughter and get her into treatment, who's gonna be there for her when she needs them most? Because I was the only one my daughter had. And I had to be there for her. On that day, I decided to do things differently. I had not been eating. I had not been sleeping. I was losing weight. I was losing my mind. I decided to try to locate my daughter during the day by not driving all day until it got dark, but to just go and search a couple of places that I knew that she had been before. And at night, I would try to communicate with her friends, but I would limit it to a couple hours, and I would turn off everything, my phone, my TV, and I would sleep. After 2 weeks of this routine, I started looking better, and I could tell I was feeling somewhat better. I decided I needed to find something to keep myself busy on. Um, so I started taking long walks in the woods, and where I live on the lake, and there's a lot of driftwood out there. And I started seeing various pieces of driftwood that looked like fish to me, and various other little animals. And I started gathering all them up, and I brought them home with me, and I started making little fish and things out of the driftwood. And here is my Geico. As silly as it may seem, it kept my mind occupied, and I actually enjoyed looking for the driftwood, preparing the driftwood, and painting it and creating these silly little creatures. But I felt so much better. But I was still totally isolated and alone and had no one to talk to. So I decided to start seeking out a new support group. I had heard that there was a new one that actually had a meeting right down the road from where I live in my little small town. And I called my friend who was also dealing with her son's addiction. Actually, her son and my daughter were friends before the addiction started. And I talked her into going with me. Well, I really, really enjoyed meeting the people that were in charge of the meeting and the people that attended the meeting. I made new friends quickly, and I started going to all of the meetings, and I even had myself a coach. And if I had any decisions that I had to make concerning my daughter's well-being, I could call up my coach and I could tell her what I was planning on doing and get her feedback on her thoughts on, was I doing the right thing? Should I rethink this? And I'm here to tell you that was invaluable to me. Not only did I have someone to talk to, I also had help. When my daughter was put on methadone in jail and was begging to go in for treatment, I couldn't find anywhere that would take her because of the high dosage of methadone that they had put her on. And the Courage Center actually helped me find a rehab that would take her. It was a one-of-a-kind rehab. It was for pregnant girls or women with children who were intravenous drug users. And they were ready. Once they helped me locate the Serenity place, I had her in within the next 2 days. I only wish that I had found the support group earlier in my daughter's addiction. It would have made everything so much easier for me. I had gone to the other meetings, but as I said, I just did not feel comfortable there. And please do not misunderstand me. I am not criticizing the AA meetings, the 12-step programs. I am not criticizing any of this. All I am saying that is it just did not work for me. We, as families of individuals who are struggling with addiction, we have to take care of ourselves. Only then can we offer the support that our loved ones need and deserve. The only way that we can be there for them and help them on their journey toward recovery is to make sure that we are healthy and our minds are sharp and we are mentally healthy. This is the best way that we can help them on their journey toward recovery. I don't know how many days I would go without eating or sleeping. I just would cry and look at pictures of my daughter before the addiction. Such a beautiful, beautiful girl with so much to offer the world. And then I would look at her mugshots and pictures of her now, and I just would have myself a pity party every single day of my miserable little life. And I started to ask, why me? Why me? What in the world have I done to deserve all of this? And then I realized that this is not about me. It's about my daughter. And it is my job to make sure that I am healthy, my mind is sharp, and that I am in control so that I can help my daughter find her path to recovery. And that is exactly what I did. And you should realize now, today, how important it is for you to take care of yourselves so that you can help guide your loved one on the journey to recovery. Until next time, stay strong, stay busy, find yourself a hobby, take good care of yourself, and don't you ever Don't you ever